Greetings and welcome, everybody, to another episode here on the Sitrep podcast. I'm your host, Arghh Jim, and Avast, matey, or some other silliness. It's time for some pirate action, some pirate warfare here on the high seas of the Caribbean. Today, I am joined by my lovely girlfriend, Miss Jennifer. Jennifer, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. Looking to blow some people out of the water.
Okay, we're also joined by, on the other side of the planet, Mr. Dylan. Dylan, hi, how you doing?
Hey Jim, I'm doing really good.
Okay. And hopefully our sound balancing is okay, and we're ready to get started here. Alright, so our subject for today's game is some pirate warfare. Like I said, oops, sorry for the pop there. For some pirate warfare, the system that we're using is Letters of Marque. It's a very light, very easy system that we're going to use to do some very light, very fun pirate combat action in the Caribbean. And it doesn't really matter. The late 1600s, the early 1700s, the classic age of piracy. To be honest, the game is not that detailed. It's almost tough to get into the actual details, technical details or historical details of the ships in question. But like I said, we're just going to have some fun. So I made up a very simple sort of a scenario where we're going to have certain elements of a local pirate force tangle up with some ships of the British Crown, or the English Crown, really, given the time period. And we're going to wind up in the very narrow channel in between the islands of what is today St. Kitts and Nevis, or Nevis, if I'm saying that right. Back then, it was still, I think it still is, technically the official name of the island is St. Christopher's. But these are two English-owned colonies, or English-owned islands of the time period. And that little narrow channel there has been, in our little fictional scenario here, that very narrow channel between those two islands has been used, perhaps one time too many, by some local pirate forces, some local pirate ships, and now the British Navy, or the English Navy, I keep calling it the British Navy, the Royal Navy, how about that? The Royal Navy is going to try and seal it off once and for all. So here's our map for today's game, where we have the ships in question. The British are setting up down here to the southwest, and the pirates to the northeast. These are the two islands. Again, St. Christopher's, or not, like what most people probably know it as St. Kitts, and down here we have Nevis. This is about the size of the channel. In fact, I have a photograph of the actual channel, the real life channel, obviously in modern times. That's the actual, oh, there we go. So that is looking south off of St. Kitts over to Nevis Island. So that very narrow channel of water right there is literally where we are fighting today. Okay, so here's our map. And again, here are the ships. We have, again, this is a very light system, but the point costs of these ships, we have a 10-point game. We have a British frigate. Again, forgive the game system, there's really no such thing as a frigate in the 1690s. This is a system that was built by someone who liked to play the collectible card game, Pirates of the Spanish Main, with little cardboard assembled ships that you would get in these little card packs. And he basically wanted to create a game that he could use, a game for which he could use, the designer wanted to create a game for which he could use these ships in his own little battle system. He named his classes after what was available in the card packs, and also he was inspired, air quotes, by the ship classes in the computer game, or the console game, Sid Meier's Pirates, which again, is not the greatest when it comes to historical accuracy, but anyway, he calls it a frigate. Who knows what you would call it in the actual 1690s
What do you mean?
context. I'm sorry.
Pirates aren't going around from island to island dancing with plain, attractive, and beautiful governor's daughters?
Well, maybe that's what you were doing in those days. But in my days, I was wondering what the ship was actually called instead of a frigate, but it doesn't matter. So, long story short, take your first shot. We have a frigate, which is, I'm trying to remember how many points that is. That's a 6-point ship, and a bark, which is a 4-point ship for the Crown. And then for the pirates, we have a Barque, which again is 4 points, and then 2 smaller 3-point sloops. So 4 plus 3 plus 3 are in 6 plus 4, 10 points on a side. No big objectives. We're not trying to get super complicated today. It's a nice casual, kind of a Sunday thing. These are the 2 fleets in question, or I say fleets, the 2 little flotillas in question. And we're just gonna, duke it out and have a quick battle. So, first of all, thanks very much, Dylan, for gaming with us today. I know it's super early where you are. Do you need a cup of coffee, or are you doing okay?
Thanks, Jim. I'm good.
I think your mic is a little soft. Can you speak up a little bit into the mic, please?
How's this? Is better?
A little bit, yeah.
Cool. I see what's going on.
Okay, that should fix it.
Oh, that's much better. Okay. Super appreciate it.
Set to my webcams. Sorry.
Cool.
No, I'm all good. I had a bit of issue with Skype this morning, but otherwise doing well.
Yeah, apologies everyone for the false start, but we got it straightened out in short order. We're literally on both sides of the planet today, so do bear with us. So anyway, these are our 2 groups of ships. I hesitate to call them fleets. It's pretty simple. It's a heavy British frigate, air quotes again, and a Barque versus a pirate Barque and 2 escorting sloops. So big ship that's kind of slow, but a lot of guns, with a smaller force of smaller, faster ships. Not so many guns and not many hits are required to sink them. So, Wolfpack versus Bear kind of a thing, which is the kind of stuff you'd see a lot in this time period. All right, so it was a balanced game. It's a meeting engagement. There are no objectives, so in other words, it should be pretty evenly balanced. It doesn't matter to me. Jen or Dylan, does anyone prefer to play the Crown or the Pirates? It literally doesn't matter to me.
Do you have a preference, Dylan?
Nope, I've got no preference at all, Jen.
Then I will play the dirty, no good pirates.
All right.
Sounds good.
Cool. That leaves Lord Dylan to defend the crown and all that stuff. Meanwhile, we got Jen up here who's ready to put a cutlass in somebody's gullet. All right, awesome. So I've already set up the wind direction. I try to make it neutral because the wind blowing directly in your face at the very beginning of the game I found can be very, very bad. It can kind of screw up the whole game. So just for the moment, literally as playing God, I'm just running the game today, folks. I set the wind in a relatively neutral direction. Okay? At least I sort of hope I did. Looking at it now, I may not have. But who knows? We'll see what happens. Okay, so in that case, we're ready to go ahead and get started with turn 1. So let me
All
go ahead
right.
and copy and start the game officially. Come on. So the way we usually do this is each tab of the Excel workbook is a turn. So boom, there we go. Turn 1. We start off with 1d6 to roll initiative. Whoever has the highest initiative is moving first. Or is moving the first ship, I should say.
Okay.
Oh, and I should say the whole game is run on d6s.
5.
I got a 2.
Alright, Jen, you have to move the first ship.
I have to move the first ship.
Yep. The speed for your ships are, and you got the pirate ships. 4 if you're at half sail, 6 if you're at full sail. For all 3 of your ships, so for you it's easy. In fact,
Okay.
it's 4 and 6 for everybody. The one exception is the frigate. We're just going to keep calling it a frigate, guys. That's not really the historical designation. It's just the designation they use in the game. So, spare us in the comments.
And the difference is, if you're at full sail, you're at a penalty if they shoot at your sails, yes?
If they shoot at your masts, you are not allowed saving throws.
Okay.
So it's very easy to get hobbled if you have with full sails, because I mean you got every stitch of canvas out in the wind, and it's kind of easy to catch chain shot or ball or who knows what, and it rips up your rigging awfully fast. Where if you short sail, obviously your sails are partially rolled up onto your yard arms or whatever they call it, and you wind up with a much smaller target. profile. So at least some of your ships are gonna, at least some of your, some enemy shots are gonna make it through there and not actually damage your sails. But at the same time, you're moving at half sail anyway, so it's almost like a, half dozen in one, six in the other.
Okay, I'm at full sail.
Okay, for which ship?
Let me see if I can see the names. The northernmost ship.
That's the Hammerhead, one of your sloops. Okay, one of your small ones. Cool. So, all right, that's just, first of all, I should say, you know what, before we even get to that, what hex are you starting in? You can start in any hex in that blue shaded area.
Okay. So, start me in the southernmost possible, the southeasternmost possible hex.
Okay, technically you're kind of half hanging off the map there, but that's okay. We can kind of do that. All right, you're at full sail.
Yep.
So your
Yep.
speed is 6. Right?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you just moving straight ahead or are you making any turns?
I am going to make one turn west.
So to port.
Yes,
At the end or where in your movement?
at the end, just
All right,
like
cool.
that.
So the movement in this game, everybody, is pretty simple. You just have to move at least one hex forward before you do a turn. You're allowed to make 2 turns in a turning sequence, unless you are one of the top 3 ship classes. So, unless you are a merchantman, frigate, or merchantman, frigate, or a war galleon. Sorry, I take that back. You're allowed to make two turns in a 2 turns in a turn. If that makes sense. 2 turns in a movement phase. Unless you're a pinnace, in which case you can make 3. Unless you're a war galleon, in which case you can make 1. Neither of those 2 ship classes are in our game, so everyone everyone turns twice in a movement phase. All you got to do is make sure that you turn, or that you move forward at least once. Oh, except I forgot about the wind. Hold on. Sorry, everybody.
Oh shoot, that's gonna affect.
Yeah. All right. So the wind is on your port quarter. So actually, yeah, I was right. You get full. You get full wind. Full movement. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Okay, and now it's up to Damon to move a ship. Oh, sorry, Dylan. Apologies for that. Mr. Dylan, move a ship, please.
I'll move HMS Inflexible
Okay.
at half sail straight forward.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just moving at half sail. So I won't put the full sail counter on there. Okay, cool. Now you're kind of sailing into the wind. So normally you only get to move like 1 hex, I think. But again, I think I screwed up with the original wind direction. So we'll just do this turn normally. And then at the end of this turn, we'll roll randomly and see which way the wind's going. This way nobody gets completely screwed on their first turn. There are 4 possible orientations to the wind for people in the chat. You can either the wind is that we're heading straight for you, in which case your movement is officially 0. You can only sort of swing your stern one way or the other. The wind can be on one of your bows, either port bow or starboard bow, like so, in which case your movement, no matter what your class, is 1 at half sail, 2 at full sail. The wind can be directly up your stern, in which case it's your full movement minus 1, because that's actually not the optimal angle for your wind. Or the wind can be on one of your quarters, either port quarter in that case, or starboard quarter in that case, in which case you actually get your full movement. So it turns out I kind of failed in my navigation check as game master. I did not set the wind at the proper angled for a neutral result. So we'll just do this turn normally, like there is no wind, like everybody has full wind, and then at the end of the turn we roll for the wind, a d6, and we'll do it randomly and fair. Somebody might get screwed, but at least it's not me. Okay, that did the screwing, so to speak. Okay, all right. So Jen, your next ship, please. Start off anywhere in the. Oh, I should also say, where did you want to start, Dylan? Do you want to start? You can start anywhere in the red area.
I'm happy with the hexes I'm in.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, we'll go back to Jen. You have 2 ships left, another small sloop, and your slightly larger Marque, which is your flagship. Hello, Ben. Welcome to the chat. No, Ben, you probably weren't in the wrong room. We had to start the stream twice because we had a slight issue. But it's resolved now, so we're all set. All right, Jen, where do you want to set up your first ship? Or, I'm sorry, your second ship.
For some reason, I thought we would close quicker. I shouldn't have turned the other guy. That's okay. I would like my big ship.
These are pirate corvettes. These are not your corporate corvettes in Darkstar. They don't move at like 15 hexes.
My big ship, my air quotes frigate. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, my bark.
Your bark.
What is it? It's a bark.
Yep. Bark.
My bark. I would like to go straight in, full sail, 6 from the.
Okay, go ahead.
So it ends up just behind that.
So you want to start off also in the southeast corner.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. Five, 6. So using this as your bow. 1, 2.
Oh, I'm looking at YouTube, not Skype. That's why I can't see what you're
4,
doing. Oops.
5,
Let me switch back.
6. Yeah, YouTube is going to be at least 30 seconds behind.
Okay, I don't like that. I want to be, wait, I think.
Can't really be 1 hex closer. I know what you want to do, but yeah, you have to remember how the rules work. So I'll zoom in a little bit here. All right. Say you start, which already is a little illegal, but that doesn't matter. You start off in these 2 hexes. Again, a ship always takes up 2 hexes in this game. Okay?
Well, then move over 1.
Like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're about to hit the other ship. You cannot hit the other ship. And then when you turn, you always turn like so. In other words, you turn centered on the stern, not on the bow.
Okay. Got it.
5, 6.
Okay.
If you wanted to do what I think you wanted to do, your guy would have to start off a little off the map. Like an actual fleet formation, he would actually start off like right here. And then you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, because you're not actually colliding it, and then you turn again by the stern.
Yeah.
You wind up like that.
That's what I was thinking of.
Well, you ran out of motion.
Nope, that's fine. And I'm in a narrow channel. That's where you put me is fine.
All right, cool. We're already kind of playing a little fast and loose at least with the wind rules, so I don't want to cheat too much on the movement rules. Okay, also at full sail. Okay, and then we go to HMS Perseus. Mr. Horatio, not Hornblower. Where are we going?
Let's go half sail straight ahead.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, and we're going to fix the wind in just a second. Cool. All right, Jen, your last ship, the pirate ship Mako, sloop. Where are we starting, and then where are we?
Mako.
Yeah, named after sharks. Hammerhead Mako.
Nope. Let's see. Hold on a second. Let's start. Actually, move forward 1, where you're starting.
All right, so that's where you're starting.
Right on the edge.
Okay.
Yeah, and then forward 6 and turn, just like my other one.
All right, that puts, obviously she's at full sail as well. Okay. These are the approximate ranges and shooting arcs, although I realize now that they're not scaled correctly because I had to change the size of the map so it would fit on our screen. Give me a moment. It is easy to fix. There we go. Now it actually is scaled to the hex grid. Alright, so yeah, what you do, because it's not like Dark Star where it's kind of easy to, count or whatever. Here you need actually a level 10 weapon. Red is close range for everybody in the chat and for our players as well. Because again, we're all kind of new to this system. It's a very simple system though. The actual rulebook is like 6 pages long or something. So red is close range. Enemies get -1 on their saves. Yellow is medium range, normal fire. Green is long range, where enemies get a +1 on their save. There's no change to your dice when you're shooting at the enemy. Based on range, it's just how the enemy saves versus your fire. Is how they do it in this game. Alright. So I'll move that out of the way. Clearly nobody's in range yet. And that will pretty much conclude turn 1. That was easy.
Hey, oh.
Ding ding, hey. It's Jen who plays Sid Meier's Pirates till the crack of dawn. And I mean that literally. Okay, before we make another mistake, let's set a proper wind direction. So, how about this? How about this? How about both you and Dylan roll the dice, and whoever rolls higher will use your roll to set the wind condition. So it's almost like wind initiative.
Okay. I rolled a 4.
Okay, and Dylan?
I won.
Okay, cool. Dylan rolled a 1. Again, you're really soft on the microphone, so... Alright, so Jen, roll a d6, and whatever you roll is what's going to be our wind condition. With
This,
1 being straight
ladies and
north.
gentlemen, is where you can really get screwed. I rolled a... What is that? That's a 2.
2? Alright, you did totally screw yourself up. The wind is blowing right in your face. There you go. Yep. Mr. British Commander, the wind is freshening in your favor. So again, north is 1, and then a clock rates around, with 6 being northwest. Jen rolled the 2, so the wind is blowing toward the northeast, which means it's technically southwesterly. Ben says, time for naval gunfire. Give him a broadside. I've got my broadside sound effects ready to go on my little soundboard. So when we actually get to gunfire, I've even got little broadside pieces. It's going to be awesome. All right, so next, roll initiative. I'm sorry, yeah, roll initiative. Dylan and Jen, please.
Okay. Let me roll first. I rolled a 5.
6.
Oh, Dylan wins initiative, so, or in this case, kind of loses initiative. Dylan, you're moving the first ship, whichever one you want to. And then before you move, declare if you're going full sail or half sail.
Yep, I'll go half sail with inflexible.
Okay? So your movement right now is 3. Because now we're going to play by the wind rules correctly. The wind is directly in your stern. So that means you actually move at 1 less speed. I know that's a little counterintuitive. I don't claim to be some sort of like sailing master, like master yachtsman myself. But I do know that if the wind is directly behind a multi-masted sailing ship, clearly your aft sails are taking up all the wind. Your forward sails are not getting any wind. You're not really moving at best speed. The best way, the best orientation for the wind is coming in slightly from the side. So in this game, your port quarter and your starboard quarter. This way, all of your sails are full of wind and you get full speed. So right now, the wind is directly behind you, which means you're actually moving, and you're at half sail, which means your speed is 3.
In that case, let's go full sail.
Okay. Your speed is now 5. Now the wind only changes direction. The way the rules are written, the wind changes direction when the 2 players tie on initiative. So the wind statistically only changes 1 turn out of 6. This is how you plan to set up, when you end your movement phase for orientation for the next turn.
Okay.
I mean, once in a while you will get screwed over, but it's only going to be. It's not like the wind is random every turn. We don't roll a d6 and clock rain every turn.
Yep.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're
that
at
would
full
be a
sail.
bit. Okay. I'll move straight forward with inflexible, and then do a turn to port.
Okay, so I'm counting the stern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turning to port. Cool. So you see what he's doing there, everybody? He's going to have the wind on his port quarter next turn. So assuming the wind doesn't shift direction, which again 5 out of 6 it probably won't, he's going to be moving at full speed next turn. The only problem is that he is at full sail, and Jenn has yet to move, and you do fire and move at the same turn. So Jenn's going to move. She is probably not going to get close enough to knock down any of Dylan's sails or masts, because now the wind is kind of in her face.
Not with the way the wind is. I think I only get to move one, right?
It depends if you're full sail or half sail. So, here are the rules. Determining number of moves. If the sail is on your port or starboard bow, in other words, orientation B, 1 if at regular sail, 2 if at full sail.
Oh, hi, Piotr.
Piotr is here. What's up? We have,
I'm not going to be able to close.
Yeah, here's where you have to kind of plan, okay, where am I going to be on turn 3 or 4? Or 5?
Okay, so before I can turn, I have to move forward 1, yes?
Yep.
Okay, so then I would like to move the Mako forward 1, then turn to... Oh, if I turn starboard, the wind's going to be right in my bow, and I'm not going to be able to move at all, am I?
No, if you turn starboard, you turn north. Which may not be as silly as it sounds. Clearly, there's not going to be any combat this turn, but next turn, you're going to have the wind full in your sails, because the wind's going to be on your port quarter. Which means at the beginning of the turn, you're moving at 6.
Or starboard. It's going to be, oh no, I'm going to turn port. The wind's going to be right on my bow.
Yeah, the wind's, now you're moving at 0.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's
all right.
Again, it's a very simple game, but it's almost like real life sail tacking. Sometimes you have to turn away from where you want to go to pick up speed and momentum, and then you kind of tack into the wind. But that's up to you. You said starboard, so that's what I did. If you want to move forward and then port, you can do that, but then unless the wind changes, which it probably won't, it's going to be directly on your bow, which means your movement is officially 0. You can swing your stern one way or the other. Just so you're not paralyzed, the game does allow you to it literally takes 2 turns to turn around at that point. You turn your stern, swing your stern 1 hex to port or starboard, and now the wind is on your port or starboard bow for next turn. Now you have a movement of 1 or 2, assuming your sails haven't been knocked down by them.
Yeah. Or I just stay in the direction I'm in, and I keep my 1 and my 2, and I keep my broadside position.
This is true. They can come to you. What say you, Captain, before we give you the black spot?
You know what? Let's shake our tail feathers at them. Original directions.
1. It's not like Dark Star. You never have to move the full speed. So you can do, since you're moving at half speed, you might as well take your sails down, so you're not vulnerable. Alright? And now, next turn, you're going to start off with a movement. If you put your sails back up, you start with a movement of 6. Then you get the full 6 movement. And then, the game's a little unrealistic that way. It's like whatever it doesn't reassess your speed throughout your turn relative to the wind. It's just, how are you compared to the wind? Oh, it's on your quarter, you get to move your full speed. You move your full speed even if you spend 5 out of 6 of your points heading right into the enemy. Or right into the wind.
Okay.
Okay, over to you, Dylan, for Perseus.
This one, same deal. I'm going to go full sail and then turn to port.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because you are a sloop with a ray. Oh, the sloop has a speed of 6. Yeah, -1 because of the wind at the time. All right, cool. Awesome. Okay, Jen, for your last 2 ships, Hammerhead and Contessa Priscilla. Apparently a stolen Spanish ship that they kept the name. Hello, Jen. Is your sound turned on?
Sorry, I was muted. Yes, ahead 1 each and starboard 1 turn each and drop to half sails.
Pirates like to run away.
We do. Watch the wind change.
That would suck. Yeah. Even then, it only changes one direction. It can't it doesn't randomly spin. Okay, so still nobody's in arc or range. I probably should have had it start a little bit closer. I did try to get it started a little bit closer. I didn't have you come in from the edge of the table. But no worries. Turn
That's
3.
okay. It's giving us a chance to get used to maneuvering.
Yeah, that's also true. Because none of these moves really matter. This way, yeah, you get a couple turns to kind of get the use of the movement system before, holy shit, now it matters. You know, when you get close. All right, so Piotr says, hello, Jen. And what's up? Because, of course, we say what's up. That's what we do here. All right, D6 from both players, please, for initiative.
3.
A 2.
Okay, wind does not change direction, and Jen wins initiative. So, Jen, pick your first ship. Your speed is either... Well, it depends on the ship.
I think you.
We have
I
a
thought you said
Marque.
all of mine were 4 and 6.
The bark, yeah, the bark is also a 6. I'm getting the bark confused with the frigate. Yep, so it depends on whether or not you are full sail or not. And you get to make 2 turns.
No guts, no glory. Full sail.
Okay, you get to make 2 turns. Which ship are you doing first?
Let's go with my super uber fast Mako. I have to go forward 1.
Yep.
So up 1. Then turn
Yep. Which way?
port once.
All right, that's still 1 point of... Wait a minute. Yeah, that's still 1 point of movement.
Move
Okay,
forward 1.
Yep.
And then port again.
Legal. Got 4 movement points left.
And then straight ahead 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god. Okay, Mr. Dylan. Here it comes. You have, well, it depends on which ship are you moving, and are you keeping your sails up?
I'm going to put my sails down
All
on Perseus.
right. Before we complete Jen's turn, let me make sure that none of her ships... All right, cool. Making sure. All right. Remember, everybody, you do your fire as you move. So that's it for Mako's turn. Okay? So we're taking our sails down, not surprisingly. Okay, and then, I'm sorry, did you say which ship you were moving, Dylan?
Perseus.
Okay.
Yep.
Perseus has a speed at the moment of 6.
All right, let's go
sorry,
forward.
4, because you took your sails down, speed of 4.
Let's move forward. What's that? 1, 2, 3.
All right.
I'll go to full 4. And then turn to port.
Crossing the T, matey. Oh, wait a minute.
I might have gone too far.
We may want to adjust that. Yeah, you literally overshot her.
Okay. I won't do the turn then.
Okay, let's. One, two, three. Again, you don't have to move the full speed if you don't want to. It's not like Dark Star where you have to move a certain speed. Oh my god! Alright, we'll figure this out eventually. Where did he start? He started off in 1313. His stern did. Oh! Alright, stern began in 1313. One, two, three. That's about, I think, with a port side turn, that might be the best you can do. I mean, you do
That
have
looks
Arghh.
good.
Yeah, I mean, you barely got him. She will get a bonus on her saves. It's extreme
Yep.
range for your little. I'm assuming 12 pounders or whatever she's carrying. Okay, and now we switch to the other soundtrack super fast. Perseus is a sloop. Oh no!
No. Perseus isn't a sloop.
Hold on.
Perseus is a
I
bark.
said hold on.
Okay.
I got other problems right now. Hold on means hold on. Perseus is a Marque. Marque carries cannons too. So we get a 2-cannon broadside piece. I don't think you guys can hear it in Skype, but there's a little bit of cannon fire for the stream here.
Cool.
Alright, cool. So yeah, we've declared that, or we've determined that you're at extreme range. So what we do is, oops. Cool. We determined that you're firing, again, a Marque carries 2 guns. Really, that's it? Marque carries 2 guns. The sloop carries 2 guns. The frigate carries 3 guns. Okay, cool. Again, these are like batteries. They're not really individual guns. Cool. So roll 2d6. You're aiming at a sloop. So basically, you're trying not to roll a 1 or a 2. So whatever number you roll on your d6, that's the area of the ship you hit. I like the way this game combines the to hit roll and the hit location roll into a single dice check.
That's cool. All right. 3 and a 5.
Okay, 3 and a 5. Jen, your sails are up, so that means you get no save.
No saves at all.
Well, hold on. You get no save on the mast. Boom. You've mast lost, reduce your speed by 2. Further hits will cause no critical damage. So, yeah, you've now lost your forward mast. Your ship now moves at, well, you can't go to full speed, to full sail anymore because you've lost one of your masts. So your new top speed is 2.
Okay.
Because you're always at half sail, and you're at -2.
Oof, -2 off half sail. I thought it just permanently went to 4. Okay. Oof, that's gonna hurt.
All right, and that was that hit. Now the other hit, you do get a save on. You save Jen on a 4, or 5, or a 6.
4, 5, or 6. Ah, no.
You get a 4, 5,
I
or
got
6.
a 3.
That is a hit, and now lost a cannon. Cannon are not down to 1.
I suck.
Just the Mako does. The other ships are still going to go. Okay, and now it's your turn.
Oh, I see the problem. I'm holding Percy Dreadnought right now. No wonder the Mako got shot up. All right, my next ship.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Thanks, Ben, for letting us know that you can hear the cannon movements. I appreciate it. Sometimes sound balancing is tough on a live stream. All right, Jim, we should be.
I'm going to move the Contessa.
Okay.
I'm
Is she
going
at
to
full
have.
or half sail?
We'll have her do half sail, but the same maneuver that the Mako did. She just won't end up as far forward. So up 1, turn to port. Up 1, turn to port. Forward 2.
Okay, apologies, I was managing something on the stream there. Okay, so Contessa is half sails, I heard that. Up 1, turn to port. That's 1. And then turn to port. And now she's got 2 movement points because she's only at
And then
half
forward 2 more.
sail. Yep. So that's her new location. She's got no arc on anything or range. That concludes her turn. Confirm. Jen? Jen, are you still with us?
Sorry, I got network connection lost on my
okay.
Skype call.
Sorry.
I couldn't hear you.
No worries. The stream is steady, but all right, I appreciate it. So yeah, unless I'm mistaken, that concludes Contessa's turn. No arc, can't fire.
Yeah. Nope.
Okay, over to Dylan for the inflexible.
All right. I hate to do it, but it's just too good an opportunity to miss. Full forward and then 1 turn to port.
1,
Please, Jim.
2, 3, 4. Turn to port. That's a frigate too. Oh man, that's an actual warship. Yellow band, 3 guns, 3d6 at your convenience, Mr. Dillon.
Apologies, Jen.
Nope, you gotta do what you gotta do.
The wind is
1,
what's
4,
screwing her
5.
over.
Yeah.
Okay,
1, 4, 5.
the 1 is a miss. The 4, Jen, roll a save. 4, 5, or 6.
And I rolled a 4.
4, you save, no damage. The 5 goes right past where your forward mass used to be and does no damage. So you actually got away with that. So again, everybody in the chat, the 1 was a miss because there is no hit location that is registered as 1. Okay, the 4 gets a save, but Jen made the save. She rolled a 5, right, on that? Would you roll a 4 or 5?
I rolled a 4.
Okay, yeah, so 4, 5, or 6, you did get a save on that. And then the mast, there's no mast there because Dylan already hit it. So, no additional damage. But we do get to put a spiffy little 3-point broadside piece on the map there. How's that? That's kind of sexy, isn't it? Go ahead and say it. That's pretty cool. Okay. That's for everyone who says that Hex and counter gaming can't be awesome. Same as miniature gaming. Okay, I'm actually just kidding about that. I've seen in conventions some pirate games where the ships are like, I mean, full-scale pirate ships at like 28mm. The ships are like 2 feet long and like 2 feet high with the masts and the rigging, and they spent a year on that ship. It looks pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Some of the old Blood and Thunder original pirate ships in resin somewhere.
Oh, absolutely.
But, yeah, those are pretty hefty things, yeah.
Well, they have to be at that scale because they hit 28mm. Okay, Mr. Hammerhead, your turn.
Hammerhead's gonna do what Contessa did. Stay at half sail. Up 1, port 1, port, down 2. Basically.
Alright. And I believe that concludes the turn.
Yep.
There are no fires, no one's leaking, no one's sinking. We do have some damage on the Mako. That's about it.
Come on, wind shift.
Yeah, because all your
Right
ships
now
are directly
I've got a movement of 0.
but you can turn your you can turn your stern. You can swing your stern.
I can
so you
wiggle
swing
my
your
butt.
you can wiggle your ass to the left and kaboom, broadside. So
For some of them.
there might be a little bit of payback here. Mighty
I don't know
Mako,
if
who
Tessa's
literally
in
has
range.
Mighty Mako, who literally has 1 gun battle left. Okay, so first of all, let's roll initiative, please. 1d6 from each player.
3.
A 3.
Okay, the wind shifts. Let me, make
Oh
sure
no.
exactly right here. The wind. When the wind shifts, the cradle will, whatever, something, the ship will sink.
Hey, anything will help me, so I don't care.
If the roll is a tie, the wind direction changes. Rotate 60 degrees, so basically 1 hex clockwise if you both rolled even numbers. 1 hex side counterclockwise if you both rolled odd. Both rolled odd, I will roll this 1 hex counterclockwise. Wind is now southerly, blowing straight into the north.
Okay, that's a little better.
Okay, and now you guys re-roll initiative because you tied. By the way, it does say in the rules if you tie again, the wind does change again. So
6.
5.
okay, the wind does not shift. Jen moves the first ship.
And I can move right now. I can only move 2 if I'm at full sail, yeah?
2 at full sail, 1 at half sail. Mako is automatically at half sail for the rest of the game.
Yeah. Okay, let's just get Mako out of the way.
All right,
Forward 1, turn to starboard.
Mako will not go gently into that good night. She's only got 1 gun battery left, but still. Hey, you can pick both ships. Wait, let me line that up right. Yeah, you can totally pick both ships. It's up to you which one you want to hit.
Oh, then I'm gonna go yellow, baby.
Okay, cool. Aiming at the inflexible. Now, the inflexible is a frigate. Again, historians out there, cut me some slack. The game calls it a frigate. With the frigate, you kind of have to choose high or low. Are you going because the ship? Okay, the ship is so big for people in the chat. The ship is so big. The top 3 classes of ships, you get to make this choice, high or low, because there's way too many hit locations, and the ship, you get to actually pick. Do you want to knock down the sails for mobility, or do you want to actually try to hold the ship to knock down, to actually shoot, guns and so on and so forth. All right, so she's depressing her barrels and she's shooting low. So roll it's almost impossible to miss. Notice there is a 2 on your fire chart here, or I should say on his target chart. So again, the game is simple, but it's elegant in some ways. It's actually a lot easier to hit some of these ships because they basically have more numbers that you can roll. So basically, we're talking about the Mako, right? Mako only has 1 cannon left because she lost her forward cannons. Aft cannons fire 1d6, and we roll on these numbers down here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go for it.
And the dice is a 3.
Okay, aft castle. All right, Dylan, roll a 4, 5, or a 6 for a save, please.
Okay, here we go. A 5.
That is a save, so no effect.
In the yellow, what's the difference?
Yellow
is
is no
only 5 or
difference.
6 in yellow?
Nope, yellow means it's normal. Green means +1.
Okay.
+1, so he would roll
Red
a
means
3, 4,
-1.
5, or 6. Yeah, if you were close to point blank range, only a 5 or a 6 would count for a save. And that technically counts as 1 cannon shot from Mako, so a single broadside piece.
Okay, Jim, I'm sorry. I'm going to switch my headphones because audio keeps cutting out for me, and I think it's my headphones.
Okay.
Give me just a second.
Sound fine to me. All right, over to Dylan for your turn.
Okay, let's do something with Perseus.
All right, the wind is on your port quarter, so you still have full speed. The wind is
I'll
very
go half
kind to you so
sail.
far. Okay.
It has been. I've been extremely lucky with it. I'll go half sail, move forward 1, and then turn to starboard.
All right, that's 1.
And then I'll 1, 2. I'll do another 3. I feel really bad about doing that because of sort of Dark Star trauma, moving directly towards the planet.
Yeah, you can't. You will run aground, so you just have to make sure that you turn next turn. So.
Yes. And then we'll
Never end facing the planet, man. Never end facing the planet.
Alrighty, cool. At least you can land it there with a dock. You know, there's taverns and brothels, and you can have some fun that night. But no, you don't want to crash here. You're just going to be on some rocks and some beach. Alright, so, so actually, right now, you are pointing at, yeah, like, you're heading right for that little, it is rocky. Look at that, there is no beach. You're heading right for some rocks. Yeah, be careful. That's the actual spot where you guys are fighting at. Photographed from the north. Okay, so Perseus is... Cue the Black Sails music. Okay, we're still in yellow. Because you could shoot yellow or green. I'm assuming you're shooting yellow. Cool,
Let's go for yellow.
Yep.
2d6. 1 and a 6.
Okay, the 1 is a miss. A 6 is the other mast. Jen does have her sails down, so she can save if she rolls a 5 or a 6 on her aft mast.
The way I've been rolling. I rolled a 2.
All right.
Save for me.
That ship now has no sails, no masts. It cannot move at all. That ship is mobility killed. She can still fight, and she can still resist boarding, but she's not moving.
So if someone's dumb enough to get into my gun range, I can still fire my whole 1 battery of...
Alrighty, cool. That takes care of Mr. Perseus. Alright, now over to Jen for your second ship. The wind is on your port bow. Hello, Rasmus. How you doing? Galleons are the largest. They are the ship types from Sid Meier's Pirates game. Yeah, you're right, Rasmus, the designer of this game. Real quick, I guess I should give credit. This is Dennis Ulini, if I'm saying that right. Designed this, again, pretty much for himself so that he had a game system he could use with his WizKids collectible card game, Pirates of the Spanish Main. I remember I used to have some of these ships. I wish I kept them. They're these tiny little fold-together styrene things that you would get in little card packs, and then there was some kind of a collectible card game that you would play with ships, cards. Kind of like I did with Star Wars Tactical Command, just with pirates. So he kind of designed his own game where you could play like a legit war game with those pieces. That's kind of what it was. Alright, Jen, so Countess Priscilla or Contessa Priscilla or Hammerhead, up to you.
Alright. Let's get the big girl in.
Okay.
She's a bit of a psychopath.
Moving at either 1 or 2. I don't think you can get in range. No matter what. So, 1, even at full sail. Ah! No, you can't. Doesn't look like it.
If I go forward 2 and turn, it won't work if I go full sail.
I think what you need to kind of worry about a little bit is setting up for next turn's wind.
Yeah.
So if you move forward in 2, 1, wait, 1, 2, and turn. Be at full sail. No.
Might be just out.
1 hex away.
Ah! Snarkle. Okay, but I'll still do that because that'll set me up for next round.
1, 2. And that does mean that you're at full sail.
You know what? Go back 1 and leave me at half sail.
That's probably the smart move. You don't have to worry about Perseus, but Inflexible is not moving yet.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, cool. That takes care of Contessa Priscilla. Now, Mr. Inflexible, what are we doing?
I'm going to go half sail.
You gotta execute the Mako, I think.
Pretty much.
Execute or board.
Boarding sounds nice. Let's try that. So I'll move forward 1, turn to
boarding's
starboard.
gonna be tough just to get into position. Because the game's really finicky on position.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to literally get a beam. And you were 1 hex too far forward for that.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can border next turn. Anyway, you move forward 1.
And then I'll move forward another 1, 2, 3. I think I've got enough movement for that.
Kaboom! Point blank broadside right into the stern. That's called
just kind of mean.
That's called crossing the T, dog. That's what happens when you I should say that's what happens when you don't take the King's Farthing. You guys joined the wrong fleet. Okay.
Hey, see, I thought I was playing the Spanish, so I went into it with that mindset. So it's not my fault I'm doing poorly.
I can't set up a pirate game and have no pirates. I guess I could have had. Also, I was trying to find a fun place to have it, and I was looking here at like what actual colonies, different countries or different kingdoms actually controlled at the time. And these tiny little islands are all French, Dutch, and especially English. There's not a lot of Spanish colonies out here. So
I know they're all down south.
A lot of the Spanish colonies are around here near Cuba. Of course, Cuba was Spanish. So there's a lot, there's a lot to do out here. I guess I could have said it in these tiny islands out here. Everyone said they had no preference.
No, I'm fine. I was trying to make some lame excuse for why I'm doing so badly.
Mr. Dylan, roll your 3 dice, please.
Okay.
Try not to roll 5s and 6s because they will miss. What you really want are 3s and 4s.
I got a 3, 4, and a 2.
Okay. A 3, 4, and a 2. So let's do the 3 first. Jen, try to roll a save. Your save is at a -1 though because he's at point blank range. So you have to roll a 5 or 6 to save.
And I roll a 1.
Boom! That is a critical hit. Because number 1, it's a cannon. Number 2, the save was failed. And number 3, all the boxes in the area have already been hit. So we'll get to that crit in just a second. Do I have a piece for critical hits? No, but I'll figure that out later. Alright, so that's 1 critical hit for sure. The 1 was a miss. Now for the 4, roll another save. See if you can save the 4. The hit on your half castle.
And I roll a 4.
That would have been a save, except he's just too close. He's not only shooting grape shot, or a solid shot, he's shooting grape shot, bar, chain, who knows what else. Alright, so now the ship has 0 cannons and 0 movement. It's literally a hunk, it's a lumber yard in the water. And that's it. And now there's 1 crit. So we go to the crit table. Dylan, roll a d6 on the crit table and see what happens.
A 5.
A 5. A great gash appears and water floods the lower decks. Take 2 below the waterline hits. And I think that's the end of the check. Because there's only 2 below the waterline hits. 2 below the waterline hits. She runs out of boxes below the waterline. The Mako begins to sink. That's how you kill a ship.
Fortunately.
Go ahead.
Fortunately, they're close to shore.
Yeah, they can swim. I mean, even, again, that's the entire body of water. This little thing in here. I'm sure that's like a mile across, but yeah, you're much closer than that. Like, well, it's about 17 hexes. Chat.
Full. Let's keep the hammerhead at full.
Yeah, because
all
enemy ships are fired now.
Yep. Forward 1.
Yep.
Starboard 1. Forward 1.
Okay, next turn, everyone's going to have a pretty good speed. Dylan's going to be at full speed -1, Jen's going to be at full speed. Mako, meanwhile, is heading full speed toward the bottom, down to Davy Jones' locker. Alrighty, meanwhile, Rasmus says the wind in that game. Yeah, Rasmus has been screwed over by the wind in at least 1 game. In the Caribbean, the Anglo-Dutch War had some big ships in it. Yeah, we have factions kind of prepared, and by factions, I mean, I really just have the flags ready. the British, Spanish, the French, and the Dutch, and of course we gotta have some pirates because it's a pirate game. Don't always have to have pirates in the game because this is a straight out naval warfare game. But anyway, Ben Johnson says someday wind will only matter for smoke screens and carrier strikes. This is true. This is true. The wind doesn't matter quite as much in future naval engagements. Although, again, even in carrier battles, it still does matter. Carriers, I think even today, still turn into the wind to launch aircraft. Even with the steam catapults or with the new Gerald Ford classes, their electromagnetic catapults, I think they still turn. I may be wrong about that, but definitely in World War II, propeller-driven planes, the old, it was turned into the wind because it's all about. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I was reading a World War One naval account where one ship caught fire and the other ships kind of went behind the wind so that the smoke from the burning ship kind of covered them.
Well, he's good for something. We never liked him anyway, but at least he can do is give us a smoke screen. Everyone's like, "Come on, guys, help us! Help us put out these fires! Come close to beam and start spraying us with water. That's dangerous." I can't remember which ship it was. USS Princeton in the Pacific was a light carrier, and a couple of destroyers came close aboard to lend firefighting efforts. Then Princeton, more like the ship didn't totally explode, but it kind of exploded. And those other ships were close enough where, again, everyone's on deck with fire hoses. They took hideous casualties just from the exploding ship right next to them. So someday, we got Ben's comment. Rasmus says, that's why I like the Age of Sail. Yep. Rasmus also says we got nothing to do with Denmark, where a power got taken into account prior to 1801. Yeah, there are some pretty important battles in Denmark, naval battles later on. But there's a big one in the Napoleon, although it's mostly a fortress battle, isn't it, Dylan?
Yeah, Denmark gets their fleet. Well, the British turn up and they're like, hey, that's ours now. And the Denmark people disagree. And I think the fleet gets destroyed. The Danes destroy their own fleet, if I remember correctly.
There's something to do with a big series of shore batteries and shore fortifications.
Yeah, the British besieged Copenhagen.
Okay.
And knocked the crap out of it. Pretty brutal, actually, for the time.
Alrighty, so that concludes turn 4. We'll now get going on turn 5. Alright, everybody. Cool, let's roll initiative, please. 1d6 for each player.
I rolled a 5.
I also 5.
Oh!
No!
The wind changes again!
The wind was perfect!
It goes 1 counterclockwise because the time was odd. It's still good, Jen. You still get mostly full state. Oh my god, Dylan, what the hell, man? Dylan.
Jen is doing everything properly and setting up for the next turn. It just keeps changing. Oh, no.
And even when Dylan turns so the wind is directly astern, now it's back on his quarter. So I don't know. You sacrificed the right chickens or whatever Dylan before your guys drank the right grog. Something happened.
Ooh.
Took the right midshipman and you threw him overboard. Something, sacrificed him to the sea gods. Holy crap. Nelson was the second in command. I guess we're talking about Copenhagen. Nelson was the second in command, says Rasmus. And when the British returned in 1810, they bombarded Copenhagen.
That's what I'm thinking of,
Yeah. I remember the name of the battle, but again, Napoleonics is one of the thinnest bookshelves in my historical library. I know, I'm conversant barely. I know a little bit. Okay, so because you guys tied, please re-roll initiative.
Okay. A1.
Jen, roll 1. Up a 3. Okay, Jen, you win initiative.
Okay. So, you know what? So now, if I'm at full sail, my speed is 5.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So, move forward.
Well, which ship, and are you full sail or not?
Oh, sorry. Contessa. Full sail.
Ooh, all right.
Leap it. She's going forward. 1, 2. Turning port 1.
Yep.
Forward 1. Port
Okay.
1.
Forward 1.
Yeah,
I,
and
I couldn't hear you.
yes, and then port 1.
Okay, let me make sure I got
Can
this
you hear
right.
me?
Yes, I just want to make sure I heard all of that. All right, so you started off here. 1, 2, 3. Oops. 1. Counting sterns. 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to get within 2 hexes, right?
Sorry, audio cut out again for me.
right.
I want to close, yeah.
Yeah, you want to get within 2 hexes.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. That won't really work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. What am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not really within 5. Or not really within 2.
That's okay. Wherever the closest I can get.
Okay, you're in the yellows.
That works.
All right, cool. Roll your 2 dice. Oh, are you aiming high
And
or low? I'm
I
assuming
have
low.
to declare high or low,
Yep.
right?
Correct.
Yes, low.
All right.
Come on. 6 and 6.
Double 6s. Cool. Okay, Dylan, roll 2 saves. You need a 4, 5, or 6.
Okay. A 2.
A 2 and a which? The sound cut out there briefly?
A 2 and a 2 and a 5.
Alright, so 1 save, 1 didn't. Boom. Cool, done some damage. If you hit 6 again, Jen, it causes a crit.
Yep. Okay, but now it's his turn.
2. There it is.
Yes, I know. I did a risk with my sail on full.
That's right.
I don't care. I wanted to hit something.
Okay, it's up to you, Mr. Dylan, to move a ship. You have full speed because the wind's on your starboard quarter.
Let's move the inflexible at half sail.
Okay.
Move forward 1 and then 2 starboard.
So stop it.
We'll stop there. We'll stop there. Yeah.
Break across the stern. Okay, 3 dice at -1 saves.
3, 4, 5. Ooh, that's nice.
3, 4. Yeah, that was nice. All right, so knock down 2 sails.
Oh no.
Oh no, poor Jed.
I can. Oh, I can't save the sails. I can't save.
Not the saves. Yeah, the sails you can. Okay, and then the 5 you save on a 5 or a 6. Because he's at close range. I'm sorry, you said a 5? I can't hear you, Jen. The audio keeps cutting out.
5.
Okay.
5.
So no,
5.
no damage on that one. However, you did lose 3 points of speed. 1 for this one, reduce speed by 1. 2 for this one, reduce speed by 2. So your new maximum speed is 1.
Yep.
Okay, so you don't have to worry about full sound. Okay, over to you for Hammerhead, Jen. You can point blank, get
Let's
across the
see.
stern easily here, or get
Yeah,
across
that's
the
what I'm
bow.
gonna do. That's
Uh-huh.
what I'm gonna do. Full sail, because he's already. Well, no, the other one hasn't fired yet. I can't get there at.
Hey, Ken,
Because
4.
I can only move 3. But I have to be at full sail.
Oh, that's right, because
The wind's at my
Full
stern. Is at my
sail.
stern.
So yeah, you're right. So let's leave them. Counting by the stern. 1, 2, 3. That puts you there, which does put you in close range.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, so then I'll stay at half sail then.
Cool.
And I have 2 guns for this one as well, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
So I guess a bark
Gonna
is like a
shoot.
heavy sloop. They have the same number of guns. It's just the bark has more damage boxes and so on and so forth.
They're like a smaller, fatter sloop, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
beefy.
Okay, shooting below the waterline.
Okay, hammerhead, go for it.
And I rolled 2 5s.
2 5s. Okay, Dylan rolled 2 saves, only a 5 or 6 count, however, because it is she's in close range.
Yep. Oh, a 5, and the other one's on a 4 into 2.
So I'm sorry, a 4 and a 2 or a 5 and a 2?
5 and a 2. Yeah.
5 and a 2, 1 saved, 1 did not. That did cost him 1 cannon. So his cannon is now down to 2. Oh, there's the fleet points. I knew I had fleet points in here somewhere. Alright, cool. So, kaboom. Alright, keep hitting 5s and 6 gen, and then there'll be a crit. And then, if you get lucky on the crit, if you roll 6 on the crit, 3, you can sink them with 1 hit. 1, again, you have to score a crit, you have to score a crit, and then if you score a 6 on the crit, with a single hit, 3 below the waterline hits, he's only got 3 below the waterline hits. Even the biggest ship can be sunk with 1 shell, if it's placed
You're
well
looking
enough.
at me.
I'm just saying.
He's got more than 3. Yeah.
No. Oh, you're right, he has 4, my bad. Okay, then we move over to Mr. Perseus.
Yep. Let's sort of do the same thing. So I'll move 1 and then turn to starboard. Barely
Sir,
missing
we have to
those rocks.
turn quickly. Ah! 1, 2, 3, 4.
I might as well go sail, shouldn't I? Because it's the end of the turn.
Yeah, the problem is you ships do block each other's line of sight.
Yep. Well,
So
I'm
if
happy
you-
there, even if I don't get to shoot. Yeah.
You're happy if you don't fire this turn?
Yeah, I'm happy there. Yep.
You're happy here. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Alrighty. Not entirely sure we have lines of sight here. Wait a second, too.
I want to thank the chat for not making fun of me.
It does not look like you've got line of sight. So the rules state you go from the center of the target to the from the center of the shooter to the center of the target. So that's literally between hexes. As long as I'm not reading that wrong. If you guys want to check me in the rules, please do so. And it looks like it clips the stern hex of inflexible.
Yep, that looks right. Yeah. All good?
Making sure I'm reading that right. Line of sight, line of sight.
No, you are. Yeah, that's what it says.
Okay.
Page 5. Yep.
Use a ruler to draw a line from the center of the firing ship, so not a hex, to the center of the target. Line passes through another ship, which range feature the target is out of sight. Crap. So I think that concludes becoming a proper pirate battle. Alright, now we're actually getting somewhere. Now it's starting to look like a, whatchamacallit movie. Let me get rid of this. Where was she singing? She was singing right here. Right? No, she was singing. Okay, did we lose somebody on the call? You guys both still hear me?
My audio dropped out again.
Okay.
Yep, I can hear you
I hope
fine.
it's sounding okay for the stream.
Yeah, everything's fine. It's just there's a little bit of a bing, and that indicates that someone dropped off the Skype call, but no worries. So before we start the next turn, hey, we have another historian wargamer. Who's that guy? That's another historian wargamer, everybody in the chat. That is Dylan's YouTube channel. You guys, check it out. He does great videos on movie reviews. He does board game reviews. He did a really good critical review of a game called Dark Star, which I like. It's my favorite of the series. I don't know why. I do it with full bias. But he does reviews of games. He does reviews of historical movies. And he does reviews of historical music, which I think is pretty cool. That's something that you don't see in a lot of channels. So again, when I update the description, I'll put a link to his channel in the description. So yeah, check it out.
Thanks, Jim.
Absolutely. Then we have Rasmus says, Sharp, that is the 1810 siege, not the 1801 fleet battle. 1801 is when armed neutrality alliance of Denmark, Sweden, and Russia tried to keep out of the Napoleonic mess. That didn't go too well for, I don't know about Sweden and Denmark, but definitely did not go so well for Russia. Although they ended up fucking powerful as shit. Alexander I wound up being the gendarme of Europe by the time, well, the famous line, the Cossacks are watering their horses in the Seine River. So, yeah, the whole blue-red line between NATO and Russia was running in the middle of Paris in those days. So, definitely a different set of circumstances there. And Rasmus continues, ended that day, 1st of April 1801. Russian fleet could not get out of St. Petersburg and could not get out of St. Petersburg in Sweden, the less said the better. So did they get frozen into St. Petersburg or blockaded, Rasmus? And Walkabout Games has joined us. Welcome, Walkabout Games, who simply says R, not matey, just R. Though the pirates are doing R not so good so far. We'll see what happens. 6.
To be fair, a lot of the Swedish ships were actually Russian ships that they had taken in a previous war. Where Sidney Smith had smashed the Russian Navy with the Swedish Navy. So the Russians were kind of there.
The Russians weren't, I mean, the Swedes weren't doing so well versus vis-a-vis the Russians since the previous, actually, no, not even the previous war, 2 wars previous.
Yeah, they won
War,
one.
Charles the 12th, whatever you want to call it. Peter the Great, that's my boy right there.
Mm.
Okay, so the wind is definitely in Jen's favor this time. Unless
Well,
it
no,
changes.
for one of my ships it is, for the other it's off the bow.
Yeah.
I did this on purpose because now no matter how the wind turns,
At least one of your ships can actually move. Okay.
actually, no, this is the better one because the wind is favoring my ship that still has all its sails.
Cool. That's true. Countess Priscilla can't move very much no matter what happens. Oh, Mako finishes sinking at the end of the last turn. So wreckage is the thing, guys. In the chat, you kind of keep track of sinking ships for one turn, because you can collide with a sinking ship if you want to do that. But anyway, she started sinking on turn 4. She completed sinking on turn 5. Beginning of turn 6, she's gone. Okay, so at 1d6 initiative for both our players, please.
And I rolled a... I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it.
No.
I don't want to say it. I'm not going to say it.
What'd you guys
You
roll?
just do it, but I'm not going to say it.
What did we roll so I can run
I'm
the
not
game?
going to say it.
I rolled a 5, and I think Jen may have accidentally rolled a 5 as well.
I'm refusing to say it.
All right, so that
You
is...
can just go ahead and do what you got to do, but I'm refusing to say it.
So that's another wind change. Jen was like, why was the wind blowing like this 15 minutes ago? Look at the bright
Let's
side.
see if we can turn it all the way around.
The British fleet is more, or the English fleet is stalled in place. It's heading right across the foxhole right now.
Come on, wind gods. I have sacrificed the Mako to you here.
It's listening. It's just stalled Dylan's fleet in its tracks. Dylan's not moving at all this time. All right, so anyway, now break the initiative time, please.
Yep.
Yep. 5 again.
I got a 6.
Oh, so Dylan moves
Dylan
first
gets
this
to go
time,
first
and he's not moving.
and completely destroy me.
He can swing his stern. One way.
He doesn't have to move.
That's true. He doesn't.
Let's start with the inflexible.
Okay.
Gee, there's a shot.
And yeah.
Are you swinging your stern, or are you
No.
staying put where you are?
No, I'll stay put.
Oh yeah, if you swing your stern, you lose your arc. Never mind. Now you
Swing
only
your stern. Swing your stern.
you did lose a cannon. In all seriousness, you're down to 2 cannons, so 2d6 point blank into the contest percent.
Yep. 4 and a 5.
Okay. 4 and a 5 on the Priscilla. 4 and a 5. Your gunners need to shift
Nothing.
their targets a little bit. You literally hit.
Oh
nothing.
no.
You hit the 2 masts you already knocked down.
Phew.
Jen got away with that one. All right, Jen, your turn.
All right. I, however, am going to turn.
Okay, which ship are you moving
Can I
first?
just shift? I'm gonna let the Priscilla get some gun action in. Actually, can she just swing her stern?
No, because the wind is.
Or does she have to move forward?
She has to move forward 1 because the wind is behind her.
Okay, if I move
But
forward
then,
1 and
hold
turn.
on, but, oops. Then she does this, and she can stop there.
Okay, good. Well, I can only move 1 anyway.
This is true because you've lost so many sails. All right, cool.
Is the inflexible still in my arc?
I think her stern is.
Or am I shooting at the Perseus now?
That's a good question, but I think. Actually, yeah, you can still hit her stern.
Okay. We'll shoot. Now I'm deciding, do I want to keep with my below the waterline and
Yes.
go for a crit, or do I want to go for sails and keep... Okay, well, then that's what we'll do. 2 dice.
I'm not trying to root against Dylan here. I'm just trying to make sure that the stream remains interesting. So right now the pirates are being shot to bits here. With sufficient luck here, you could turn the tide. We'll see what happens.
A 5 and a 6.
Contessa still rolls 2 cannon. What'd you roll?
5 and a 6.
Legit? Okay. Wow.
Yeah, legit. 5 and
Okay.
a 6.
Ooh, nice.
Point blank range. Dylan still
save
gets
'em.
2 saves. 5 and 6 twice. Dylan, 2d6s need 5s and 6s.
A 5 and a 4.
Okay, so 1 save, 1 didn't. So one of them just keeps piling up. It doesn't matter. The other one actually costs a crit. Jen, you did score 1 crit. Roll a d6 on the crit table. Let me get the crit table on here for the chat. Roll a d6 on the crit table, please.
Okay, I want to come in there and roll it, because if I roll a 6, it's going to seem hinky.
Well, if you roll a 6, you won't sink her because I miscounted for how many below the waterline boxes she has.
Okay. Alright, let's see. Come on, baby! I rolled a 4.
Okay, with an ominous creak, the seams of the boat or ship start to split. Take 1 below the waterline hit. Alright, you did crack her hull. A few more of those and she sinks. So, word to the wise, the ship is starting to take on water. Okay, that completes our 2 big ships. Now we go to the Perseus, Mr. Dillon.
Alright, I'm
I
gonna.
think I moved into his line of sight, didn't I?
Yeah, but
I
if he
think so.
continues to sit where he is, I know why he did it from the inflexible. I get it, but again, the wind probably this game, notwithstanding this particular game, the wind is probably not going to change next turn. So it's up to him whether
Yeah,
or not.
well.
Okay. Then again, if he swings his stern and the wind doesn't change, if he swings his stern to port and the wind doesn't change, he is almost forced to collide with the flexible. So yeah, this is what happens when the ships get this close. Complications ensue. It's probably the best way.
Yeah. I think I'm going to have to take that to starboard turn.
Okay, so you're going to swing your stern to starboard?
Yep.
That actually puts you here. Okay. Again, he loses his arc. He now can't shoot at anything for people in the chat. But the reason he's thinking about next turn. Next turn, he'll be able to move at least a little bit. Otherwise, he's just completely stalled in place. The wind may have finally forsaken Mr. Dylan. Or at least the wind is being a little more fair now. I can at least say that. Okay, technically the inflexible is now. Oops. Technically the inflexible is now firing 2 guns. Okay, cool. So Mr. Hammerhead hasn't got here, right?
Yep.
Alright.
Ahead
Your
1,
speed
port
is
1.
Across the stern, across the bow. Oh,
Wait,
really?
am I in the arc or do I have to go
Let me
too?
Let me see. Actually, no, you're going to have to go full sail to get the shiny
Okay.
one. Which is actually kind of safe because no one else has to go.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Alright, so the inflexible just got her T crossed. Point blank by pirate ship Hammerhead. Oh my god, I literally have to zoom in here because guys, this is the battle. This is a pirate battle. Now we're getting somewhere.
This is a scrum!
The only thing we still don't have a boarding action, so we'll see what happens. Alright, so cool. I think Hammerhead still has both her cannon. So yeah, roll 2d6.
Yep.
Declare you're rolling high or low.
She's going for that. She's going for that hole in the water she's been building.
Shoot low, boys. Alright, cool. Roll 2d6.
I rolled double 4.
Okay, double 4.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Kaboom, kaboom. Roll, well, it depends on how many saves you roll. You have 2 chances. You have to roll 2 saves, Dylan. You need 5s or 6s. Is the range.
Yep. 6 and a 2.
Okay, so 1 save did, 1 save did not. That is the effect.
No game like that.
Well, except for
alright.
the fact that you're filling in all these boxes, so pretty soon it's going to get to the point where anytime you hit her, it's going to cause a potential threat.
Yeah. I was really hoping to take out some cannons.
Yeah, that's 1 deck above. That's when you hit 2
So I
and
gotta
3.
shoot for 2s and 3s. Okay.
But you can still hit when you shoot low. It's just where the 4,
Yeah.
5, and 6s are. Alrighty, cool. So
Alright.
that is it for that. I think that's the turn. Turn 7.
7.
7. Here we go. Oh my lord. Alright, let's roll initiative and see which way the wind blows.
I refuse.
I got a 6.
Alright. Let's see what we get. I got a 4.
Alright, the wind does not change. Dylan wins initiative. 6. So Dylan, you're
1.
moving the first ship.
Let's move the...
This is getting weird. Alright.
I am so screwed.
Let's move the inflexible.
I don't
Ow.
think you
Like-
can.
Can't? No, I'm stuck.
Drop sail!
Let's
Unless
move the
there's
Perseus.
ramming in this game.
Actually, I take that back. The inflexible can swing her stern. Because it's swing.
Oh,
yeah,
yes. Okay.
Yeah, she can swing her stern into 1704 and present broadside on Hammerhead.
Yep, let's do
No.
Yes.
No. She can't do that.
Yeah. In fact,
Per-
it's totally up
Percy
to.
Dreadnought says she can't do that.
Well, unfortunately, Percy Dreadnought is not running this game. Okay. Boom. That is Mr. Inflexible. Mr. Inflexible, you are now in a boarding position. You can board or you can broadside. You can't do both.
Oh, let's board. Let's see how that works.
All right, cool.
Oh, naturally.
Time to reclaim this ship,
with the
in the
most
name
crew.
of who the hell is the king right now? King William? 1690-ish.
Not the Georges.
1693 is William. I know that. We'll just say it's King William. King William's war is 1693. I do believe. I could be wrong. No, George. Yeah, George. I think is 1700, 1700.
They come a little bit later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like one decade too.
And James has just been tossed out. So
We don't talk about that in this house. We don't talk about the fall of James in this house. There is a tissue-thin spiderweb filament, goes through about 19 different marriages and mothers, and it totally would never, ever, ever, ever count. But I am technically, capital T, emphasized, underscore, bold, asterisk, technically related to the Stuarts. I mean, it's one of those, like, yeah, everyone's related to somebody kind of thing. You have to go through like 19 marriages, and, you know, I'm not claiming to be James VII of Scotland here, but yeah, we don't talk about the fall of the Stuarts. But in all seriousness, if the Stuarts were still in power, I'm sure I would be the guardian of this. Nobody important. Okay. So okay, we said boarding actions. Boarding and seizing ships is risky, but it has its rewards. Ship may be recrewed and turned against its former owners, and in campaigns. Okay, cool. So you can actually steal the ship and start shooting her guns at the other guy, because it can happen. Resolving boarding actions. You roll a d6 and add the number of crew to your ship. So d6 plus number of crew boxes. We'll get to that in a second. The defender rolls d6 and adds number of crew plus the cannon. So the defending ship does get a bonus. However, it's a bigger ship versus a smaller ship. It may equal out in the end. I don't actually remember. So the Inflexible has a d6 plus 4 because she's got all 4 of her crew boxes still in. The Hammerhead has a d6 plus 2 for crew plus 2 for cannon. So you guys are both rolling a d6 plus 4.
cool.
D6 plus 4, and I roll a 5 plus 4 is 9.
I also have a 5.
You guys tied. Awesome. That's actually a pretty cool result. If the attacker wins, if the defender wins, just thinking here for ties. If the roll is a tie, both sides lose 1 crew, and the defender is considered the winner. See below. So the defender wins. She may cut grapples and end the boarding action, or counterattack the boarding ship, which I don't know if I recommend.
Yes, with my whopping 1 box of crew.
1 box of crew.
Why not?
Plus 5.
Yeah, I don't know if I would recommend that, but technically
Against your 3 cannon, your 2 cannon, plus 3 crew, plus your... No. I may be making stupid moves, but I'm not that stupid. I'll take the win.
So the pirates repel boarders. The Royal Marines have failed. Oh my lord. The stream is now over, guys. The Marines have failed. Whenever the Marines fail, it doesn't matter what country's Marines. If the Marines fail, the stream is officially over. Thanks everybody for coming out to our stream. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, in all seriousness, cool. We'll now go to Jen's first action. What are you doing?
I think the Hammerhead's going to try and shoot at the,
Okay, I'm pretty sure the Hammerhead has to move at least 1 hex, because she still has all her sails, and the wind is on her quarter, but she can do that and still do what you want to do.
Well, I'm dropping to partial sails because the Perseus still hasn't gone yet.
Well, I know, but I'm saying you still your speed is not 0, and you're not pointing directly into the wind. I'm pretty sure you have to move at least 1 box.
But I'm still...
Yeah, you're still broadside, you're still point blank. But now, we're fully. So 2d6s at your convenience. I'm assuming you're still shooting low.
It seems to be a losing poor choice, but yes, if we stick with it.
Go for it. Well, now you're either causing crits, assuming you don't miss
We're taking
entirely.
out cannons.
You're either taking out cannon or you're causing crits. So, yeah. There's only so much wood on the ship.
Come on. Come on. Come on. 3 and 3. What is this with me rolling doubles?
Double threes. All right. So that is going to be 2 saves for you, Dylan. I'll be giving you 5s on both 5 or 6s.
Yep. 2 5s.
Oh, he saved them both. Old
I
iron
quit.
sides. Jen quits.
I
Just
quit.
repelled
that
orders,
was-
man. That was awesome.
I'm out. Peace. 2 fingers in the air. We're out.
Jen just did the pipe bomb. She just dropped her headset on the ground and she's out. I guess I have to command the pirates now. Okay, over to the Perseus.
Yes.
Perseus has a top speed of 1, unless she goes full sail.
I'm gonna have to just move 1 and then turn to port, try and get out of this wind.
Okay, Priscilla.
That's me.
Looks like
Okay.
your top speed is
He's 1.
actually it's 0. It can never be less than 1. I think. Check. Your sail pitch. Cannon fire, fireworks.
But
Equal
actually,
to the
'cause since
ship's
I only
speed.
have one,
Literally looking at
the
a rule
wind
right
being
now.
behind me isn't going to take anything.
Literally looking up that rule right now. I can get through a sentence. D. Equal to
Top
the
of
ship's
page 4.
speed -1, but never less than 1. Bottom of page 3. I think it's page 4 in the. No, it's page 3. Bottom of page 3. Rule
Yeah, page 4 is if
4.2.
you lose.
Yeah, 4.4. Yeah, page 4 is if you lose all your masts. And she still has 1 mast up, so she has a speed. Technically, it would be 0. I see your point. Her speed is now 1, and it's -1 because the wind is directly behind her, which would technically be 0. But the ship is never less than 1, unless you've lost all your masts. Which she has not. So, Priscilla, move 1 hex, please.
Damn, I almost don't want to. Because if I move forward 1, I think I'm out of arc to shoot at anything. Oh no! Forward 1 and starboard 1. Do I have the inflexible in arc?
I'm gonna check.
Maybe. Maybe.
You're looking at Skype, right? Not YouTube.
Correct. I'm looking at Skype.
Okay, because otherwise, like I'm answering all these questions like as you're asking them, but if you're looking at YouTube, you may be not hearing me. All right, cool. Yeah, you got the ship in medium range arc.
Okay, let's try.
You got 2 guns still, I believe.
Yep.
Yep, got both her guns. Shoot.
I rolled a 3 and a 6.
Okay, so let's first try to save the 3. Now it's normal saves, 4, 5, and 6s.
At 4.
Save that one.
I didn't
Roll the
need those
6.
cannons.
Again, 4, 5, or 6.
A 4. Oh,
Save both of them. That's 4 saves. 4 guns.
that's stressful, man.
Okay.
She's taking full. She's getting broadsided from both sides, man. Inflexible is being inflexible. She's living up to her name.
Can't do this much longer. It's it's gonna go down soon.
Okay, I believe that concludes turn 7.
Yep.
You guys want to call it at the end of turn 8? Or, I mean, I'm sorry, at the end of turn 10 or something? It's up to you. The turns
Yeah,
are
let's
good.
not go past turn 10.
Alright, just to make sure. How far are we up so far? We're up not quite 2 hours, like an hour and a half, so because we got a little bit of a late start. Okay, cool. Roll initiative, please.
Cool. 3.
What'd you roll for initiative,
5.
Jen? Alright, cool. Jen wins
5.
initiative. Win stays the same. Jen, move your first ship.
Okay. The hammerhead is going to move forward 1 and turn port 1.
Give him a blast, a grape shot, Mr. Shaw. All right, 2 dice into the stern of the
I
Inflexible.
lost connection. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you fine.
Lost.
I
Okay.
can hear you fine. 2 dice, I'm assuming that you're shooting into the Inflexible.
Yep. One of these days, they're going to stop bouncing.
All right, well,
Actually, we'll do
when you get to
something
close
else.
range like this, he gets -1 on a save, so you're doing
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Those 4s, if I'd been closer, wouldn't have been saves.
She would probably be sinking right now, yeah.
Nah, she'd get stuck on some sandbar, not sink or go anywhere. So have all her cannons. Alrighty, a 3 and a 6.
Okay, so we'll try to save the 3 first. A 5 or a 6, Mr. Dillon?
A 6.
Nope. Try to save on the stern, a 5 or a 6.
A 2.
That is not a save, that is a crit. All right,
Okay.
so D6, Jen, on this table.
Alright, I'm going to come roll it for you. Because if I hit a 6, that's 3 and he might sink it.
If you roll a 6, he is legit sunk. So Jen's moving
Alright.
out of the living room right now, guys, and coming into my office. Because she wants to
So I
make
want
sure
to do
that
an
she's not
honest
cheating.
roll.
Which
I
everyone
wouldn't
knows.
cheat, but I don't want it to sound like I'm cheating.
Alright. Put down the dice on the tray and roll that bitch. I'm waiting. Here we go. I'm looking at the dice right now, Dylan. In fact, you know what, Jen? Whoa. Stop. First of all, turn off your headphones. Turn off your headphones. Okay. Okay, now we're getting some huge background noise. Okay, it's gone. Here you go, Jen. Jen! Here's the dice in the tray.
Oh.
Okay.
Mic drop.
Alright, we got all kinds of sound issues, guys. That's 'cause we had 2 headsets in the same room for a second. Sorry about that. We wanted the dice on the table. Alright, so a 1 is the captain wounded Lord Dylan himself. The crew is in chaos. Jen, when you get back on the mic, give me another D6 to see what happens when the crew
Okay.
happens. You may... Oh, man. Yeah, roll a D6, and we'll see what happens on this little sub-table.
Okay, I'm not going to look at the table, so I don't know what I want, high or low. I'm just going to roll. And I roll a 5.
A 5, the ship may neither move or fire. The ship is basically loses its turn. And she hasn't gone yet this turn, right?
Correct.
So, yeah, she basically does not move or fire this entire turn. While the captain bleeds out on the deck and the first officer tries to take command. Now, the tables have turned.
That's something, I guess.
Alright, so it's over to Dylan for his turn, except Mr. Inflexible's not got his turn.
Yep. Let's get the Perseus to do a broadside.
Yeah, I did sort of turn into that, didn't I?
Alright, you do have to move 1 hex because you weren't, you had some sails up and you weren't paralyzed by the wind.
Yep.
So, yeah, there you go. Now you get your roll. Let's go. It's a good thing there aren't any cannon in this fort over here, this town.
Yeah.
Everyone's coming out of the tavern to watch the battle. Oh my god, look at what these guys are doing out here. What a bunch of
Oh, wait,
morons.
did I forget to mention? The crew of the Mako swam ashore,
Oh,
took over the fort, and now have access to those cannons.
yep, that's a
Now,
4-gun
you can do it
battery.
in Sid Meier's Pirate.
It's a 4-gun battery, so let me go ahead and set that up there. Okay, well, that's it. Pirate victory. Again, thanks everybody for coming out to our stream. Remember to link, comment, and subscribe. All right, no seriousness. All right, cool. Perseus, 2d6 point blank, because you got both your guns, right? Yep,
Yes.
2d6 into the hammerhead.
But I am
Alrighty.
not at full sail.
2 3s.
Okay, 2 hits in the forecastle. That is, Jen, 2 chances to save at a 5 or 6.
5 or 6 only. Check.
Yep.
So a 6 and a 4.
Okay, so 1 save, 1 does not. Because you're at close range, so the 4 doesn't count. 1 cannon down. Alright, now over to the Contessa Priscilla to finish up the turn.
Forward 1 and shoot at the inflexible. I can't close.
I don't know what you mean by not closing.
I can't get closer.
Why not? The wind is on your port quarter, starboard quarter.
So I have to move. I can only move 1. So if I move forward 1 and turn 1, I'm no longer
No, the
shooting
wind-
at the ship.
Oh, that's right, because
The
you're
wind's
missing
in
so
the
many
best position,
sails.
I think.
Because she lost so
Yes.
many sails. She's down 2 out of
Yes.
3 sails. Her top speed is now 1. You have to move 1, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You can't close. I see what you mean.
And if I turn 1, I won't have.
I keep forgetting that she's taking that much damage. All right, cool. 2 dice, I'm assuming, into the inflexible.
Mother, cuss bucket, you better flip it.
Right, hold on. Right,
Flip it.
Let me get the map straight. Alrighty. 2d6s. Go for it.
3 and 5.
Okay. First, we'll try to resolve the 3. You're at normal range, right? 1, 2, 3 hexes away. Yeah. So a 4, 5, or 6 will. Yep. Cool. So we're at medium range. 4, 5, or 6 for the save on the hit location 3, Mr. Dillon.
Okay. A 4.
It's a save.
I
Okay.
hate you. Just so you know, I hate you.
Yeah.
I hate you.
On the midships gun deck, 4, 5, or 6.
I'm flying to Australia, and I'm going to put a kookaburra bird out your window.
That would be really
You got a
annoying.
6?
I got a 3.
Yeah, I know.
A 3. That's another
Oh,
crit.
yay!
Oh.
Yay!
You threatened him with. I thought you were gonna threaten him with an emu. You always threaten Dylan with emus. He hates those bitches.
Oh no.
Emus?
The emus, man. Yeah. Emus
No,
are
I'll
the
put a
kryptonite of
drunk
any
koala
Australian.
outside your window.
All right, so
Why don't they
critical
hate
hit.
kangaroos?
1d6.
All right. I rolled 8. Okay. You're not going to believe me, but I just rolled a 6.
All right, that is it. The inflexible is
I'm
sinking.
right there looking at it. It's right there. Come on, I've rolled bad enough this stream. You gotta find that.
That is 3 below the waterline hits.
If
1,
I was gonna cheat, I would have cheated much earlier.
2, 3. HMS Inflexible begins to sink.
Yay!
Okay, I think that concludes turn 8. We'll go quickly to turn 9.
I got 2 beat up ships and your untouched other one. One ship's got 1 gun, one ship's got 1
Rasmus says,
sail. Put 'em together.
Well, first of all, Ben, way back on turn 7, Ben was saying 7, it's grits and gravy. I figured that one comment was coming. Rasmus also adds to clear her poop deck. Someone's about to clear their poop pants at the moment. That's what's happening. And then Rasmus also says the first officer is being asked to kiss the captain. Bring him back to life with resuscitation. Or was that a typo and you meant kill the captain? No worries. Okay, so these are no longer
I have to say,
in
the
effect.
inflexible withstood 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, at least 8 firing rounds from my ships. They were bouncing off her like bubblegum.
Alrighty. Alright, so roll
Captain's
initiative
luck.
for turn 9, please.
A 2.
a 5.
Okay, Dylan goes first. The wind remains constant.
All right.
All right, so Perseus, your
I
speed is
gotta do. I gotta take the gamble. I'm gonna have to move forward and then turn starboard and try and board.
Oh, well, you got me beat on crew. Oh, by a lot.
Hammerhead's also down a cannon, which counts for defending ships. Okay, another British boarding action. Let's see if Perseus can turn the tide here. Perseus has 3 crew. Oh, that's another difference between the Marques. 3 crew.
Yep.
A D6 plus 3. Meanwhile, Hammerhead is going to be a
D6 plus 2.
D6 plus 2 because he's lost a cannon and lost a crew point. So,
Okay.
Alright, so basically, yeah, Dylan D6 plus 3, Jenn D6 plus 2.
I rolled a 4 plus 2 makes it a 6.
I rolled a 5, plus
Oh, no.
3 makes an 8.
5 plus 3
Success.
makes
8 versus 6. He beat me by 2.
Oh.
Player with a high score wins. The losing ship loses 1 crew. If the ship is a tie, attacker wins. The line of battle can seesaw back and forth this way. If one ship's crew is entirely eliminated, that ship has been captured by the other user. Oh no!
My
The
ship
hammer
has been captured.
Avast, matey. The winner has 2 options.
Ah, she was.
The winner has 2 options. One, the winner may keep and use the captured ship, in which case the player redistributes the remaining crew among the 2 ships. Subject to ship restriction that no ship can ever carry more crew than it began with, whatever. 2, the winner can scuttle, intentionally sink the captured ship. Alright, so basically you can take that ship over, but what it means is you're going to give up at least 1 crew for the Perseus and put it aboard the Hammerhead.
I think we'll scuttle it instead. I think it's better at the bottom.
Alright, cool.
At
So
this
boom.
point.
She's sunk. She's out of gas. Hammerhead. Vengeance. 3 ships are now heading down to Davy Jones' locker. Nice. Alright, awesome.
And I can't even escape because I can only move at 1. I can't
Right.
even run away.
Yeah, the only thing left right now are the 2 Marques.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so the battle is now technically even again. Alright, so it's up to your turn, Jenn. You have a movement of 1.
Yeah. Move forward 1.
Chug, chug, chug.
And then. Am I in an arc right there? I don't think so.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
I
are.
am. Alright.
It's not letting me go that far up because of the way the map is set up, but yeah. It's
Alright,
1,
and I'm in yellow.
2, yeah, you're in yellow for sure.
Alright. I am shooting at sails
Okay, you got
because
2
he's at
cannon.
full sail.
I don't think he is.
Oh, I thought he said he was full sail last time. Okay, no problem.
Oh, because he had to turn it into the wind. Did you go
It's
full
okay,
sail,
if it's
Damon?
not up, it's
Again,
not
or
up.
Dylan?
If I had to, I would have. Yeah.
I don't remember it. Let's see, because
Okay.
he only had to move one hex. So the ship was coming in on his starboard bow. He has a movement rate of 1. So his movement was 1, and then of course,
Okay,
yeah. I didn't think so.
no problem. That must have been an earlier turn that he said it.
But he did
That's
say I
okay.
have to take the risk. I mean, it's between the enemy ship and the boarding and the land. He's pretty much heading down the bottleneck there. I think that's what he meant when he said take the risk. So he's actually good. But meanwhile,
Okay.
yeah, his sails are down, so he gets normal saves. Also normal saves because he's at
Alright.
2 cannon on the
Okay.
contestable side.
Okay, then I'm gonna shoot low.
Okay. Oh, it's a bark. You don't have to pick.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Huh. That whole conversation was useless. Okay. I rolled a 2 and a 5.
Okay. For the 2, Dylan, try to roll a 4, 5, and 6 for save.
Yep. A 6.
Saved. And then on the mainmast, roll a 5 or a 6 to save.
A 2.
Did not save that. The main mast goes down. He is down 2 speed. So your maximum speed is now 2. So we got 2 cripples just kind of flailing at each other. This is why the game has turn limits, guys. Alright, and I think that completes the turn, right? Percy is
That's the
boarded
end of turn
and
9?
Priscilla moved. Last turn.
There is literally no way we could sink each other this turn.
Again, this is why the game has turn limits, because eventually the fleets, with the weapons of the day, you're not exactly launching harpoons at each other. Eventually it gets to the point where the ships are just kind of flailing at each other and the game starts to get dull. On the table, let alone on the stream.
Well, what I'm saying is do we want to set a parameter? Because right now, next turn, I can't escape, and I don't think we could sink each other.
Well, let's see what happens. Let's just go ahead and, I mean, we got this far, we got one turn left. It won't take long. Just go ahead and roll initiative, please.
All right.
2 players.
I rolled a 6.
Okay.
I also rolled a 6.
Oh, the wind changes, and you roll evens this time.
Of course it does.
Which means it goes clockwise. Wind is now
But the wind
southeasterly, blowing into the southwest.
doesn't really affect me. Because I can only move 1 regardless, so. But it's just
Okay.
funny. You begin the stream by saying how infrequently the wind shifts.
Yeah,
and I
it's
think
changed
we've
like
had it
6
shift
or
5 or
5 times.
6 times.
Oh boy. Yeah, so Nightfall. Yeah, so Rasmus says Nightfall is going to kick in. Yeah, these ships are going to run out of powder and shot awfully fast. They don't have limitless magazines. The crew is going to start to. Cool. At the end of the turn, both these ships are now out of gas. Cool. That's actually going to affect maneuver. All right. So I'm sorry. Did we break the tie for initiative?
Nope, we got to re-roll.
Okay.
I rolled a 5.
I got a 6.
Okay. Perseus moves first.
Yep. So I'll turn to starboard.
Yeah, you literally only have 1 move available.
Yeah, that's it. And then open fire.
Alrighty. My only question is, you're still in yellows, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, you're still in yellows. Alright, cool. So Perseus still has both her guns.
Cool.
Don't worry about high or low. Just roll 2d6s, please.
3 and a 4.
Okay, the 4 passes right past your foremast, which you already hit. However, the 3 hits the aft castle. So Jen, roll a 4, 5, or 6 for a save.
I can save. I can save. I can't save because I rolled a 1.
That is a hit. She's down one cannon.
I'm going to throw this dice at someone.
Well, I'm the only person here, so please don't throw it. All right, Jen.
Put it
No,
aside,
I'm
it's
gonna hop on a
another
plane.
victory dice now. So.
I'm going to hop on a plane. I'm going to buy a kookaburra and an emu and go throw this dice. All right.
Moves forward 1. Oops.
Guess I got to move forward 1.
Moves forward 1 hex. Roll your 1 dice because you're down 1 cannon
I pull 1 dice.
at the Perseus.
And I roll a 6.
A 6 is the aft mast. You can save with a 5 or a 6, Mr. Dillon.
Okay. A 2.
Does not save. So, boom, that's your aft mast knockdown, and your speed is now also 1. So we've got 2 ships, literally 1 in speed. It's time to just start launching away boats. Lowering the cutters away from the long boats and just start execution with sabers. But for now, guys, that is the end of the game. I don't know if anyone actually won this fight. If I had to give it to
it's a draw.
anybody, well, You both have 1 bark left. You're both knocked down to 1
Yep.
in speed. He has 1 additional cannon.
But he has no sails, and I have 1 sail.
No, he still has his foremast.
He does? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong ship.
He still has his foremast. So you both have 1
Okay.
mast left.
Yeah.
You both have a speed of 1. You have the same class of ship. You both have full crew. The only thing left is literally he has 2 cannons left. You
He
have
has
1.
1 extra cannon.
So by
Okay.
the slenderest of margins, technically the British have won this, or the English have won this. Technically, you shouldn't call them British.
To be-
Or 1700 plan or whatever it was.
To be fair, my fleet commander is wounded and facing mandatory court martial for losing his ship. So
Well, technically, your captain's dead. Yeah.
yeah, like.
So yeah, if we want to call it a draw, we can call it a
Okay,
draw. It doesn't
fine.
matter.
No, Dylan can take his victory. I'm
Well,
just glad I didn't. It wasn't a
Your
force
flagship is still afloat. Your commander is still alive. If this was a role-playing game, he'd be rolling up a new character right now.
This is
Because it
true.
just- it
He
just
may have
said-
1 more cannon, but I have my flagship and he doesn't.
Yes, you have your flagship and you have your whatever commodore commander in character. Because it just says captain is wounded, so it doesn't say if the captain's dead or not. But then on top of that, you roll a 5, so the ship cannot move or fire. You roll the worst possible, or best possible, most severe effect. So I would say 1, 2, 3, and 4. The captain is wounded. 5 or 6, he's actually killed, or he's going to die of his wounds or whatever. Because we are talking about 1690s. Medicine. Holy crap. Alright guys, so yeah, what did you guys think?
Oh, I had fun. Even with the 87 wind changes and Dylan's magic saving dice that bouncing like dodgeballs. But other than that, it was a blast.
Who loaded the cannons
mini
with wooden cannonballs? What happened there?
That's paint.
Yeah, that's
No,
paint
it's-
on balls.
It's the cook's stew. That's what it was.
That's a deadliest weapon
That
of
was
all.
really fun. I enjoyed it.
They couldn't tell the difference between the hardtack biscuits and the cannon, so they just
Hardtack is what you load in instead of nails when you fire a grape shot. At high enough speed, it'll do some damage. Or even worse, it'll land on the deck and the other guys will start eating it. Then you're really doing some damage, although you're also going to get more arms. Alright
No,
guys.
Dylan, thank you for waking up early to kick my butt at Letters of Marque.
Oh no, thanks for playing. I think I was saying to Jim, it's the first game you and I have had together, so it's good to have
Against
a game.
each other, yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that was really fun.
Yeah, Letters of Marque is a fun little game. Rasmus and I were toying around with the idea of like adding in some additional ship types, trying to get a little bit more cagey with the different factions. Like, what's the really difference between like the British get some advantage, like almost like factional merits and flaws. British ships get this bonus, they get this penalty. Spanish ships get this benefit, this penalty, or something like that. Just to make the game a little more historically accurate. There isn't a whole lot of wiggle room. You're also talking about chase guns and on the bow or on the stern. We're playing around with a few little things because the game is exceedingly light, which is a good thing because it allows you to kind of build new stuff on top of that. We get back to the non-canon version of the soundtrack there. Awesome. So now we just have seagulls and creaking wooden ships and little ship spells playing. Sweet. So yeah, we were playing around with a few different ideas.
Definitely fun.
It's definitely fun to do it like in a campaign setting, but individual scrimmage games like this, do it once in a while. I'll be honest, when Dylan requested this game, I kind of breathed a sigh of relief. It was exceedingly easy to set up. So we'll play it once in a while. We won't play it that often. It is technically historical. We have built historical scenarios using this system. It's just a matter of research. Finding a real life battle, approximating the ship that were there historically with what ship types are available in the game, and drawing the map accordingly. We did do actual historical scenarios, the Bay of Hounds. This one wasn't really historical. This exact scenario never played out to my knowledge, but they're available. It's just a matter of buying the right books, looking on the right websites, finding the right materials, and doing some research. But again,
Hey,
the game is very,
I'm
very
sure-
light, so we won't be doing it very often.
I'm sure some pirate or some British ship fired at some pirate somewhere between St. Kitts and St. Nevis.
Probably
I'm
true.
sure it happened.
Sometime in there. I was just looking for a very, very narrow channel so I could draw an interesting map. Was literally the so let's face it, a lot of maps are just going to be a blue rectangle, and that's not fun. Also, not often very realistic. A lot of pirate or Age of Sail games take place within sight of land. So, assuming a very, very rough 100 yards per hex, even that might be a bit of a stretch. Yeah, there's going to be land in a lot of these games.
Yeah.
And also, it's just fun to have something interesting.
I mean, that makes sense. You know, the ocean is big. The odds of you running into another ship in the middle of the ocean are as big as the ocean. But
It
when
depends
you're
on whether or not the
hugging
pirates have updated their GPS to the latest edition. Of Google Maps. But yeah, obviously I get your point. You're totally right.
Okay, I'm currently turning on the Xbox now and loading in some Sid Meier's Pirates.
Oh,
I'll see
no.
everyone in a month.
Well, yeah, I'll see everyone next week. Okay, guys, that's going to be us for the day. Thanks very much, Dylan. Thanks very much, Jen. Again, everybody, remember to take a look at and check out Another Historian Wargamer on YouTube. Dylan's got some great content over there. But for now, everybody enjoy the rest of your Sunday. This is Ariskany Jim signing off. We are rounds complete. Tango Mike for listening, and we'll be in touch very soon. Take care, everybody, and have a great week.